Hi, this is Firiel with eXp Realty. Let's talk about moving from the city out into the country. So first of all, the most important thing is to figure out what your goal is with this property. Are you looking to start a hobby farm, maybe raise some crops or have animals? Are you looking for seclusion and you just don't want any city noise or any signs of life? You just want to be out by yourself? Or are you just looking for views like the one behind me? Whoop, whoop. Are you looking to not have any neighbors? So what is your goal? That's the most important thing to start with. If you're looking for a hobby farm, then that has some specific things that you'll need to consider. You'll want to look if you're growing crops or even grass for your animals. What is the soil? What kind of soil do they have? Are there irrigation rights? Is there water available? What does the pump situation look like and the water flow? How much sunshine does it get during the day? And is it shaded or open? So you'll need to consider all of those things. If you're looking at animals, does it have a barn or a structure for them, or will you need to build one? Those are all huge factors when looking at a hobby farm. If you're looking for views, you'll want to walk around the house and picture what part of the house will you spend the most time in, and what kind of a view are you looking for, and thinking of sun exposure and sunsets and sunrises, what part of the house will those be available on? If you're looking at a bare land property and think about building, can you place the house on the property in a location that has the best view? So those are all things that you'll want to consider when you're looking at a property for views. If you're thinking about seclusion or not wanting neighbors, an important thing to consider is how much is too much? How secluded is too secluded? Or how close is too close? What are you looking for here? If you have a neighbor that you can see their house, but they're too far away to hear them or to really affect you, is that okay? Or do you want no signs of life anywhere? If you can hear road noise, but you can't see it, is that something that's acceptable to you? How far out of town is too far? How far from the grocery store are you willing to be? Or if you're up on a windy hill and you might be stuck at home during the ice, is that okay with you? There's no wrong answer. It's just important for you to know what you can be comfortable with and what you're happy with. And on the flip side, how far out are you willing to be away from neighbors if something happens and you need help? Are you willing to be really, really secluded, or do you want neighbors close but not too close? So all of those things are factors to consider. If you're considering buying a piece of land and building a home on it, there are some things that you'll want to consider. Number one, does it have a driveway punched through? Does it have well and septic on the property? And is there electric hooked up to the property? These are all large ticket items that will really tap into your budget if they aren't already available. So you'll want to look at that before making a decision. Another thing you'll want to do is go to the county planning department and talk to them about the regulations for this piece of property. Take them the coordinates and they can look it up and let you know. So sometimes people will want to buy a property because they like the location, only to find out that it's not buildable. Or they'll think that they can build a couple of houses and subdivide it and then later find out it's not dividable. So it is the buyer's responsibility to go to the county planning and talk to them about the due diligence of what you can do and can't do with the property. They can also give you information on if there is an existing well or septic, when that was placed, and that sort of thing. So that's also really helpful. Another thing to consider is the location. Location, location, location. You know what they say. So is it on a busy road? Is it on a country road? Is it in a hill? Is it on a flat? All of these things. How far out of town is it? Do you want to be way out, or do you want to be just on the outskirts of town? So those are all things to consider as well. And of course, once you get all of that figured out and you find the land and you've made the offer, then you need to think about hiring an architect or a builder to build your dream home. Design it and build it. And the nice thing about choosing to build as opposed to finding a house that's already built is that you can make it exactly what you want. You can design it the way you want it, you can choose the colors, and it'll be brand new and ready to go. So these are all things you'll want to think about if you're thinking about building. So, ready to jump into that country property? Give me a call. I would love to help you. Your why becomes my motivation. So let me know, why are you thinking about moving out into the country and what are you hoping to achieve? I am here to help.